What's up, boys? Taking a look at some more NBA player props today over on PrizePicks. PrizePicks, my favorite website and app to take a look at some player props of all sports. And right now, we have Joel Embiid right now at half a point. Highly recommend signing up. It's a $20 max free square, man. Go ahead and sign up. Use my code DOMG to match your first deposit 100% up to $100. Sign up. You guys get a free square right now. Pretty awesome for another 28 hours, too. So if you guys are watching this maybe the day after for whatever reason, you still have time. So 28 hours from 12:40 right now is when I'm recording this video. But yeah, I also have a MLB video coming later today. So MLB has been going pretty good as well. But we've gone on a pretty good run with NBA. We were 3-0 in the last video. NBA or MLB has been pretty good as well. We've been on a huge roll for the Patreon as well. 7-1 in our last 2 days over on the Patreon. So if you guys are interested in joining the Patreon, that link is in the description. You guys can get NBA and MLB combined, or just NBA, or just MLB. Depends on what you guys want to go ahead and do. If you guys are interested in joining those, you don't have to. But yeah, in this video, always take everything at your own risk. Always play at your own risk and all that different stuff. Do your own research. But let's go ahead and hop straight into this, man. And last thing here, go ahead and leave a like and subscribe. I seriously would appreciate it. You can also join the free Discord. That is in my description. So a bunch of you guys have been joining that as well, cooking up some stuff. So yeah, but yeah. Joel Embiid, half a point. That's going to be, that'll be the first prop in today's video. But we got 3 more. But I think this one's a pretty good one right here. Yeah, it's pretty good. But anyways, let's go ahead and take a look at the first one today. It's going to be Trey Young, over 29.5 points. I think this one is just way too low for Trey Young. I think he can easily get 30 today against Cleveland, and he's done it in the past this season, man. He's hit this in 3 out of 4 games versus Cleveland this season. So he's a minus 106 to go over 30.5, so he's a point less on PrizePicks. It's another good thing. Usually, sometimes their lines are a little bit lower than some other places, which is really nice. But he's got a 45% hit rate this season, 6 out of 10 hit rate in his last 10 games, and his 3 for 4, like I said, against Cleveland this season, with 24 in the first matchup, 35 in the second, 41 in the third, and 30 in the fourth. So he's hitting the last 3 games versus Cleveland this season. So they've not, Trey Young's just been kind of like their kryptonite, I think, because Cleveland is usually pretty good defense, especially against guards. But Trey Young's just been kind of killing them this season. So, and especially when you're in the playoffs now, and he's going to get a bunch of minutes more than likely here. I mean, it's win or go home right now. So, I mean, I think Trey Young, man, he's going to get those minutes for sure. And he's going to have a ton of opportunities to go ahead and put some points on the board against Cleveland. So that's my first prop of today. But it's a 2-point spread here, 222.5 over under here. I'm glad I waited to go ahead and make this video though, because Paul George is ruled out. That was definitely a little bit surprising. But yeah, I mean, I like Trey Young though. Anyways, let's get back to this game here. But point guard going against the Cleveland Cavaliers. We take a look at what their matchup looks like here. Although I've already explained that even though Cleveland is a good matchup, Trey Young kind of been their kryptonite this season. So we take a look at the last 7 games though, and Cleveland actually does get a lot easier to the point guard position. So they've actually been lacking as of the recent games here. But if you guys were wondering, this website obviously called PrizePicks. This website is called Rotowire NBA starting lineups. So it's the expected lineup. It tells you the spread and the over-under, all that different stuff. And this website is called FanDuel NBA Defense versus Position over on Fantasy Pros. This is the tool I'm using in this video. So if you didn't understand what I said, I have these in my description as well. But let's go. Yeah, that's the first one right there. I definitely like the spot here, especially because he should be getting the minutes. And I think he's due for a pretty good game against Cleveland yet again. And the other prop here I'm going to talk about is another Trey Young prop. So, sorry I'm giving you guys a bunch of Hawks props. I think the last 5 now that I've done, 5 props, have all been Hawks players. I don't know why that is, but it's been pretty good. Oh, they finally put Kevin on the board. This is one that I like as well. Bonus one. I got to check out the odds and more into this one. But more than likely, I'll be liking some Kevin over 2.5 assists. We took him last time, and he killed this. He's been killing this one lately. I need to take more of a look into this one, but more than likely, I think I'm going to like this prop a little bit here. So I'm glad they put it on the board. But yeah, Trey Young here. 11 assists. I like him on the under here. So I don't think he's going to grab 12, man. 12 against a Cleveland team is really, really tough. So 11, he pushes. It's whatever. But I think he can even go under 11. So I like this spot a lot. I think this number is just too high for Trey Young. The odds are favor him to go over 10.5, which is why he is bumped to 11. But I don't know that he can grab 12, man. We'll see. I mean, I'm not going to doubt Trey Young too much here. You don't really want to doubt superstars too often. But if you take a look at the recent hit rate, it doesn't look too great. But he will get the minutes, though, so I will say that. But he's got a 26% hit rate this season. He's hitting 3 out of his last 7 in those last 10 games. So he's only hit this 3 times in his last 10 games, and 3 other times were pushes. So he's 3, 4, and 3 hitting this prop in the last 10 games, if that kind of makes sense. But yeah, so he is 1 for 3 in his last 4 games versus Cleveland, by the way. So he's only hit this in 1 game, I believe, against Cleveland. I'm sorry, no, not even. He's 0 for 3 versus Cleveland this season in his last 4, because he also had a push game against Cleveland. So he's not gone over this at all this season versus Cleveland. He had 7 in the first game, 11 in the second matchup, so that's where he pushed, and then he had 9 in the third matchup and 9 in the fourth matchup as well. So he has not gone over this in his last 4 games versus Cleveland. So he's been going over on points, but not going over on assists. So watch this completely flip-flop too. He goes under his points and just starts focusing on those assists. That would really suck. But yeah, I like the spot for sure though. On his over on points and his under on assists, I think he should be focused on scoring today. He's going to be their main option. And hopefully he takes the assist today. Take a little bit of a back seat here. So not even like a complete back seat. Just to where he has 10 assists is good. But we just don't want him to go ahead and grab 12 or 11. But definitely not 12. Anyways, let's go ahead and take a look at the last prop here of the video. Let's take a look at Jonas Valanciunas here to go ahead and go over 12.5 rebounds. Paul George is out, which is another reason why I kind of like this. I think that maybe the Clippers will miss some more shots if they have to put the ball more in Norman Powell's hands. Not that Powell's a bum or anything. He's actually, honestly, kind of decent. I like Norman Powell. But I think it'd be much better if Paul George is out for these rebounds. Just because Paul George will likely make more shots than Norman Powell would. But yeah, I like his over rebounds regardless, though. Even before he was out, I liked it. But he's a minus 135 to go ahead and go over 12.5 rebounds. The odds have actually jumped up on this as well. So that's a good thing. But he's only hitting 35% of his games this season and 3 out of 10 in his last 10 games. So that is a little bit on the tougher side. His season long, it has not been as good. But when you factor in the playoffs and the playoff minutes that he should be getting, it's going to completely change, especially against this Clipper teams, which is not a very good rebounding team. But he's hitting 3 out of 4 games versus the Clippers this season. We can go ahead and take a look here on Statmuse. You can see his game log versus the Clippers here in his last 4 games here from this season. So he had 13, 15, and 16, and 9 in this last matchup here. But if you take a look at his minutes here, he went from having 38 minutes, 32, 32, to 22 minutes. So he got 10 less minutes and only needed, 4 more rebounds? So I think he can definitely do that, though, if he has the minutes. I mean, what he should be getting today, he should be able to go ahead and go over versus the Clippers team, which has been season long not very good against rebounding. They have been a little bit better recently, but this is where they sit season long for rebounding against the centers. So maybe points could be a good way to go. They're on a crap ton of points. But yeah, I think I've heard to take a look at Trey Young's assists, by the way, versus Cleveland. Cleveland is on the tougher side season long. I think the last 7 games they do get a little bit easier. Yeah, a little bit easier, but not really that much. 9.02 per game. So I definitely like the spot for all 3 of these props today. I don't really have a favorite among these. You can mix and match them if you want, but just always play everything at your own risk, obviously. Do your own research. Don't go directly just off of what I say. I'm not telling you guys to play anything, so do keep that in mind. I'm just showing you guys what I personally like and will be playing. But yeah, so to kind of recap here, I like Trey Young over 29.5 points, Trey Young under 11 assists, and Jonas Valanciunas over 12.5 rebounds. So that's going to do it for today's video, man. I seriously do appreciate you guys watching. MLB video coming right after this. I'm going to post this video up and then record the MLB video and post that up. I already have all the props I like, and I'm ready to go ahead and record that one. But that's going to do it. Appreciate you watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. All the links for everything are in the description. Again, use code DOMG on PrizePicks. See you guys later. Goodbye.